Welcome back to another video. In today's video we are looking at this maize drill. So this is a 6-row Kverneland maize drill and it's Cullen Farming Contractors. So you will see later in the video we went and picked it up earlier this week on Monday evening. So Cullen lads washed it off, so it was on their John Deere, and then we took it off that and put it on our case and brought it back home here. So it's now in what's usually our pack house, but obviously we have no solid leaves going out at the minute, so it's a machinery store at the minute and now it's a workshop. So you can see here we've one row already taken off just to try and see what really needs to be done to it. So the story with this maize drill is Cullen's used it for years and years before plastic was really a thing, sowing maize under plastic that is, and everyone loved it. And then the idea of sowing maize under plastic came along and it kind of just took over. This used to do all the maize sowing for Cullen's, but then they bought one plastic sower and then they bought a second one. So this maize drill has been sitting idle for 5 or 6 seasons now. So it was put away working, so everything shouldn't be too bad on it. It'll just need a bit of unseizing and maybe a few new chains, a few new bearings, new bushings, that kind of simple stuff, hydraulic hoses, new bearings on the ridge markers, bit of work in here, maybe a bit of paint in around the fertilizer tank. So that's another thing. This maize drill has its own fertilizer tank, so that's what you're looking at here. It's got a split tank, so it's one this side, one that side. So fertilizer can go out with it as well in these rows up the front. You can't really see it, say from where the camera is, but there's rippers there and that's dropping the fertilizer right in front of the maize seed. So that's a big reason why we like the idea of this machine. And Cullens are just busy enough with their own stuff. They've got slurry to be at, and keeping that terrogator going all the time must be a challenge in itself. And like they've other things to be doing, they've dung to spread and soon they'll have to start ploughing. So we just said to them that we'd bring it down here, and we get on well with the Cullen lads. So we're trying to get this machine back going just to really prove that open maize can work here in Ireland, and that's kind of the main thing we're going for. This machine also has a slug pelleter on the back, so you can put out fertilizer with the seed, you can obviously sow the seed and put slug pellets out all in the one pass. So it is a very nice machine, and we're lucky to have one so local to us. Obviously it does need a bit of time and money put into it to get it back going again, and we're missing that wheel off the other side, and there's probably a few other things we're missing off it, to be honest. A few solenoids, lights, all that kind of simple enough stuff, or what should be simple enough, but we'll only find out as we're going through it. So obviously, as I said, we've got this row off already, so we haven't really done much. It's only Friday, the Friday before this video goes up, so we've only had it here 5 days, or 4 days. It only came back Monday evening, so we didn't do anything that day, but slowly but surely we'll get a bit done on it, do a bit every week, and hopefully by the time May rolls around we'll have it ready to sow, or hopefully we'll have it ready to sow way before then, but worst case scenario it'll be ready by May. So that's kind of what's going on here. So I'm fairly sure it's a Kverneland Optima, that's what it says on the box anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, I'm fairly sure it is. Sounds familiar enough to me. So it's a 6-row drill, as I said before. It does the fertilizer, it has a slug pelleter on the back, and obviously sows the seed as well, and it's got adjustable depth, seed rates can be changed, everything. It's a really nice machine. It's pretty, for the time it was built, it would be a pretty high-tech machine. Obviously now there's more high-tech drills out there for maize, but obviously this is an open maize drill, not a drill for under plastic. So that's really what we're pushing on at here. We're trying to show that open maize can be grown. Like last year we did it with the normal sower, and we sowed that with the 4-row Samco drill, and like there's nothing wrong with the Samco drill, but it's 4 rows and this is 6. You'd really cover ground with this drill, especially once you get set right. And on a nice tractor like that Case Maximum 150 we have would be ideal on it. Just the transmission, it's a lovely tractor for sowing, and if you could get it going on that, you'd cover serious acres in a day. But there's not that much open maize to be sown here in Wicklow, so last year there was, obviously there's a few other contractors, but Cullen's did, I think, 50 acres of open maize last year, and that was the height of it. It mightn't have even been that much. I can't really remember exactly what it was. But we'll try with this drill, get a bit of a momentum going and maybe get a few more lads in on the open maize. Like last year we had our open maize there and it did over 20 tonne an acre. It was up at 20 to 22 tonne from what I remember, and we did weigh a load. We're not just guessing, we put a load over the weighbridge and it came back, and then we calculated what we got and we're fairly happy with that. Obviously we did have 1 acre of our 8 acre field under plastic, so that might have brought the average up by a small bit, but I'd say it was nothing serious, because we also had a few spots. Last year we learnt a lot with the open maize, with a few spots the weed just got up and smothered out the maize completely. So we lost a little bit there. So what we gained from the maize under plastic and what we lost, I'd say it was a fair enough average, but we learnt a lot, as I said. And this year if we see any sign of weeds, we'll be straight out with the sprayer. We won't let it get as bad as last year. And that's kind of it. So as always, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give the video a like, and there'll be plenty more videos on this drill, or I hope there will be. I should be here for a lot of it. Obviously the seed pipes and all that kind of stuff, and the fertilizer pipes and probably the slug pellet pipes all need to be changed. Not all of them, there's a few of them there that are good, but I'm looking at one there and there's 2 over there that need changing, so we might as well just do them all. And the hydraulic hoses will be changed, because everyone knows how annoying hydraulic hoses are when you're out in the field trying to get a bit done and then they blow on you. So that's kind of the plan. But if you have any questions about anything in today's video, make sure you leave it down below in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. And I might even mention the question in another video, because there might be other people out there like you who are wondering the same thing and just aren't bothered to go and type it in the comment section. But that's basically the rundown of what's going on here. I don't think I've missed out on too much. So hopefully we'll see this maize drill in a lot more videos coming up to the spring, and then finally we'll see it actually sowing in maybe late April, but probably be early May, since it's going to be open maize. But you never know, we might have a scorcher of an April and we'll get it in real early, but time will tell. But that's enough waffling on from me today, so I will see you in the next one.